Hey guys, Tyler Pilgrim here with your 3 takeaways from Atlanta United versus Philadelphia Union. First one, just going to dive right into it. I know this has been a divisive topic, but you had a handful of players tonight that played probably some of their better soccer of the entire season, and I understand the result. I do. But in my opinion, this was probably Alexei Miranchuk's best game of the season, just in his confidence that he showed and his his completed passes, his vision. I feel like he played a much better game overall than he has all season. And, I'm a big proponent of let the praise be as loud as the criticism. And we all know the criticism he's received this year. But I thought he had a good game. I thought Jay Fortune had an amazing game. I thought he paired really well with Tristan Muyumba and Matt Edwards. I loved what I saw out of Matt. He had a game-saving save in the first half, on a shot from Philly. He showed some fight. He got into it with some of the Philly players near the end of the game. I mean, I thought, you had a handful of players tonight that they really just showed well of themselves. And the result notwithstanding, I mean, you had probably some of your better football out of them over the course of 90 minutes or however long they were on the pitch that you've had all season. So I'll take it. Takeaway number 2, and I know I'm going to get cooked for this one. I know it because I've already been cooked on my article. But this was the only game all season that Atlanta has played a consistent 90 minutes. Now, it wasn't consistently great, but we didn't see Atlanta start off, for 15, 20 minutes, play really well, and then suddenly turn off. We saw ebbs and flows, of course, with the momentum, as you do in any soccer game. I mean, they came out of the half maybe not the best, and that did lead ultimately to the weird penalty that we'll get to in a minute. But, I mean, you had some consistency. You really did. And there are some positives to take out of this. Now, at the end of the day, you still lost. You still dropped 3 points at home inside the bins when you really, really need them. And that's what matters. But, trying to analyze the entire game, the entire season, I feel like this was the first time, because we joke around about it, right? We joke around about how Atlanta just won't play 90 minutes of full soccer. And we always say, I want to see them show something, even if they get beat 1-0. Well, that's exactly what happened tonight. They showed something. Was it good enough? No. Were there mistakes? Absolutely. But, I mean, it is what it is. You still, I know people are calling it moral victories. You had something that you maybe can build on a little bit. So, it is what it is, because I could do these 3 takeaways and it could just be, the team sucks. The team didn't win again. And I'm trying to analyze it and be fair. And, it is what it is. So, that being said, now we got to talk about the goal. I don't know what happened with Brad. I mean, he misjudged a ball in the worst way. That's, it was a miscue. It was a mistouch. But going back to my first point, the first takeaway, I think there's been times where we've seen moments like that where you have a mistake and a player doesn't track back, doesn't do the job. But Brad Guzan goes up, misses the ball. All right, that sucks. Luis Abram, though, at a full sprint, comes back and lays down, gets on the ground in the box, which is always a risk for a defender, and makes the save. Now, yes, he had a handball out of it. Show me a person who slides on the ground and doesn't have their hand somewhere that's not tucked into their body. That's a tough thing to do. He was just trying to make a play at that point. It was a goal. It was either a goal then or it was going to be a goal via penalty. He at least tried. He threw his body on the line. He made the save. I mean, kudos to him. He didn't give up on the play. Ultimately, it didn't matter, but you got to give credit where it's due. But, I mean, and it sucks because Brad was having a pretty solid game up until that point. He made a phenomenal save in the first couple of minutes of the match when Philly had one of their most clear-cut chances of the game. And everything else is going well for the most part. He didn't have a ton of work to do, and then that happened. So it's a flub. You know, it's just part of the team just can't catch a break. They're unlucky. But it is what it is. Now you gotta pick your head up. And I'll tell you, like, for sure, the locker room, man, the players, what can they say at this point? What can you say that's going to change anything? Nothing. But you went up against a tough Philadelphia team, and especially in the first half, you were more physical than they were. You frustrated them. You upset them. You didn't let them play their game. You end up losing 1-0 thanks to a goofy penalty. It is what it is. Now you got to lock in. You get one extra day to rest and then work. Ronnie Dyla talked about it in the post-match press conference. You know, that it's just going to take training, and he wants to see some anger. He wants to see, you know, sadness is going to happen, but he doesn't want to see the sadness be dwelled on. He wants to see them come out, be angry, and, you know, show some cojones, as it were. So Atlanta plays Cincy on Sunday. We'll be doing a live show at the Signia right over there 2 hours before kickoff. So y'all come out, hang out with us. Great bar, great place to hang out. Like I said, we'll do the live show. We'll chat about the lineups as they come out, and then we'll get everybody out. Y'all can roll on over to the bins and hopefully see Atlanta build on at least some of the positives from this match and pull out a good result. We'll see.